What's up everybody, blessed be, my name is Manon and you are watching Witch in the Working, where we will be discussing all things witchy in and around, throughout and about, above, below, and beyond. Please visit me on my other platforms as well, including Facebook, Instagram, and Patreon, all linked down in the description below. Full script to this video and most of the others is available on my Patreon account for download if desired to build your Witch in the Working, your very own Book of Shadows. In the magical realm of Wicca and witchcraft, the moon is much more than just a mesmerizing illumination in the night sky. It's an outstanding symbol, a guiding light, and a constant companion on the mystical journey we call life. This luminous goddess in the night does a celestial dance that influences not only the tides of the ocean, but also the tides within us, mirroring the rhythm of life, death, and rebirth that beats at the heart of nature itself. Imagine the moon as an ever-changing, ever-present power in the nighttime heavens, changing from a slender maiden-like crescent to a gloriously full luminescent mother, then waning back through to the crone and then into darkness, only to be reborn again. This cycle, enchanting and constant, mirrors the cycles we see in life, the ebb and flow of energy, the birth and death of ideas, and the constant evolving of the universe. In this episode of Witch in the Working, we're going to talk all about the 12 moons in a year, as well as that ever so rare 13th moon that visits every once in a while. So sit back, relax, and let's get into it, and roll the intro. Welcome back everyone. In Wicca and witchcraft, each phase of the moon possesses its unique and distinct magic. The waxing moon growing fuller each night is like a cosmic inspiration for growth and new beginnings. It whispers to us it's time to dream, to plant, to start anew. This is when magic spells for bringing things into your life, love, success, a new job, can be extra energetic and potent. Then comes the full moon, a time of peak energy and power. It's as if the moon in all her luminous glory is saying everything's possible. Full moon nights are perfect for rituals that celebrate and glorify abundance, healing, and completion. It's a moment to pause, reflect, and revel in the fullness of life and everything around us. As the moon wanes, diminishing night by night, it guides and assists us in letting go. This is the gods' gentle nudge to release and do away with what no longer serves us, to clear out the old and make way for the new. It's a time for banishing spells, for saying goodbye to bad habits, for healing and cleansing. But the moon's magic doesn't end with its visible cycle. Oh no. The new moon, though basically invisible in the night sky, carries with it the promise of rebirth. It's a time of darkness, yes, but in the darkness lies the seed of new beginnings. The new moon whispers in the dark, set your intentions, dream your dreams, the slate is clean. Beyond its phases that we're all so familiar with, as it's one of the first things we learn about in Wicca and witchcraft, the moon also dances through the yearly zodiac, changing signs every few days. Each sign fills the moon with a different flavor and aspect of energy, from the fiery assertiveness of Aries to the dreamy intuition of Pisces. This cosmic ballet adds another layer of depth to moon magic, giving us an awesome palette of energies to work with throughout the year. The moon is also a symbol of the divine feminine, of intuition, of the mysterious forces that shape our lives. The moon, with her eternal cycle of death and rebirth, shows us the most magical lessons of all. In the end, there's always a new beginning. So, as we all know, there are at least 12 moons in a year, but at times there's actually 13. Now you might be scratching your head thinking, wait a minute, isn't there just one full moon each month, making it 12 for the year, as there are 12 months in a year? But here's where the moon, with her sly smile and celestial mysticism, throws a little twist in the plot. Let's look at the calendar year as a long winding road that we travel along, with each full moon being a magical rest stop where we pause, reflect, and bask in its glow. Normally this road has 12 such stops, one for each month, but every 2 to 3 years, the moon, in her infinite wisdom and playful spirit, decides to surprise us with an extra stop, a bonus full moon, making it 13 in a single journey around the sun. This extra full moon is what we call a blue moon, and it's as special as it sounds, like finding a hidden track on your favorite album or secret forest in an old storybook. The lunar cycle, the time it takes for the moon to go go from one full moon to the next last about 29 and a half days, a tad shorter than most of our calendar months, except for our friend February who likes to keep things brief. Because of this slight mismatch, the extra days start to accumulate, and eventually they give us enough wiggle room to squeeze in an extra full moon within the year. Each full moon throughout the year has its own personality and name, often connected to the changing seasons in the natural world. They give us a story of time passing, of seeds sprouting, flowers blooming, leaves falling, and snowflakes fluttering to the ground. The 13th full moon, however, is a bit of a wild card, a free spirit that teaches us that even in the most structured tales, there's room for a twist, for something new and wondrous. Let's talk about these 13 moons and how they correspond with nature, Mother Earth, and the god and goddess. Now keep in mind, these moons are named by many different cultures and have multiple names per each culture that recognize it. I'll be using the common name I'm used to working with, but I'll also give some other names for each moon so you can choose the one you like best. Most witches will celebrate a full moon in general, utilizing the same ritual over and over regardless of the individualized named moons. I've always wanted to create an individual ritual for each moon. Like Sabbats, the seasonal celebrations all have their own specific practice and ritual. I feel like it would be awesome to do the same with different moons. Each one has its own unique characteristic and story, so why not? I'm sure someone out there has probably already done this, created a separate ritual for each moon, but I've never met anyone who has personally. It would be awesome to hear that story. I've always wanted to do something like this with my coven when I had one, but never got around to doing it. But, regardless, let's get started. In the middle of the winter, when the night stretches long and the air carries a crisp chill, the wolf moon rises high in the January sky. The first full moon of the year, with its haunting name and frosty glow, brings with it tales of wolves howling in the distance, a primal call that echoes through the cold, bare trees. But fear not, this howling isn't a sound of danger and horror. Rather, it's a call to awaken, a stirring to nudge the soul, telling us that even in the depth of winter, there's life, there's energy, and there's the warm ember of spirit waiting to be fanned into a flame. The wolf moon is a sort of beacon in the dark, shining a light on the path to self-realization. It's a time when the world outside might seem asleep under a blanket of snow, but beneath the surface, life is quietly buzzing, preparing for the renewal or rebirth that spring is waiting in her pocket. This full moon whispers to us about the importance of introspection, compelling us to dig into the depths of our own being to discover our inner strength and the wisdom we carry within. Celebrating the full moon is like wrapping yourself in a warm protective cloak of spirituality, connection, and magic. It's about gathering close to those flickering flames of a warm and glowing fire, where the air's filled with the scent of burning wood and the soft, comforting glow casts dancing shadows around you. Here in this circle of warmth and light, it's tradition to conduct a ritual focusing on protection and security, not just the physical kind, but the emotional and spiritual safeguarding of our hearts and minds as well. As the fire snaps, crackles, and pops, casting a spell of warmth against the cold bite of January, it's a time to share stories and tell tales. These tales aren't just idle chit-chat to kill time. They're the journeys of our lives, the trials we've faced, the mountains we've climbed, and the valleys and challenges we've traversed. Sharing stories of personal growth and renewal under the watchful eye of the wolf moon is a powerful way to honor the journey each of us is on. It's about recognizing the strength it takes to grow, to change, and to emerge from the other side of hardship with new wisdom and resilience. A ritual might include setting intentions for the coming year, reflecting on the lessons learned in the past, and affirming the protective energies that we wish to surround ourselves with moving forward. You might choose to write down your fears or things you wish to release, then offer them to the fire, allowing the flames to consume what no longer is needed, transforming it into light and warmth and prosperity. As the night unfolds, the wolf moon watches over, a silent guardian in the sky, teaching us that even in the darkest times there's a guiding light, a source of protection and a path to awakening. The howl of the wolf, once thought to be a lonely, dark cry, is now understood as a call to connect, to come together, to share in the warmth of community and the fire of spirit. So, when the wolf moon rises, let it be a time of coming together, of sharing the warmth of friends and family and the fire of our spirits. Let it be a celebration of the resilience and strength that lies within each of us, waiting to be awakened. As the calendar pages turn to February, the world around us is often still caught in winter's cold hands, with landscapes painted in shades of white and gray. It's during this frosty month that the snow moon graces us with her presence in the night sky, casting her gentle, radiant light over the Earth's quiet slumber. Named for the often snow-covered ground that she shines upon, the snow moon is a representation of purity, transformation, and the whisper of new beginnings, waiting just on the horizon. Imagine the snow moon as a kind, wise friend who knows the world world is about to awaken from its winter sleep. It doesn't rush or demand, instead it offers a peaceful moment to reflect, to cleanse, and to prepare for the renewal that spring will bring. This full moon is like a blank canvas, offering itself to us as a fresh start, an opportunity to clear away the old and make room for the new. Celebrating the snow moon involves grasping its themes of purity and transformation. One magical way to achieve this is by creating a snow altar, a sacred space sculpted from the very essence of winter. Picture stepping outside into a world hushed and softened by snow, where each flake is a unique work of art, and the air is crisp with the promise of change. Gathering snow, you might sculpt an altar that glistens under the moon's gentle glow, an ephemeral creation that mirrors the fleeting beauty of the season. Failing to live in an area with snow, just erect an altar with a white cloth on it instead. Upon this altar of snow, a purification ritual unfolds, a ceremony as delicate and profound as the snowflakes that make up its foundation. This ritual is a dance of letting go, an act of releasing what no longer serves you in the cold winter night. It's about writing down the fears, the doubts, and the burdens that weigh heavy on our heart, and then offering them to the purity of the snow, allowing them to dissolve and disappear, cleansed by the snow moon's light. As you stand before your snow altar, the crisp winter air filling your lungs, there's a sense of clarity and lightness. The act of physically creating a space for this ritual, of engaging with the elements, brings a tangible sense of renewal. It's a moment to focus on cleansing negative energies for your life, to wash away the old and to stand ready and open for the new growth that's just around the corner. The snow moon doesn't just invite us to cleanse and let go, it also encourages us to see the beauty in this darkness, to find peace in this stillness, and to recognize the transformative power of what might seem at first glance to be a dormant time. Under its glow, the world is not asleep. It's preparing, resting, gathering strength for the burst of life which spring will bring. As the chilly grasp of winter begins to loosen, March comes rolling along with a promise of renewal and the stirrings of new life. Around where I live in New Hampshire, we specifically call this time the rebirth. It's during this pivotal month that the worm moon makes its appearance, named for the humble earthworms that begin to emerge from the thawing soil. This moon is a trumpet of change, signaling the end of winter's deep sleep and the awakening of Mother Earth. It's as if nature itself is stretching its limbs, ready to come alive once again. The worm moon speaks to the cycle of life, to the rhythm of the earth that pulses beneath our feet. With the return of the worms, the soil becomes aerated, a vital process that helps plants grow. Birds as well sense this shift, flying home from their winter retreats, their songs filling the air with the music of spring. It's a time of awakening and rebirth, not just for the earth, but for us as well, as we shake off the last remnants of winter's chill and turn our faces to the warming sun. I never in my life, being born and raised in sunny South Florida, experienced this rebirth until I moved to the Great North. Yes, the environment around me, of course, is a huge change, as there's no real winter in Florida, and experiencing that is a hell of a kick in the ass alone. But also the environment within me personally, physically, emotionally, and mentally. For the first time in my life, I'm now truly experiencing the four seasons and their effect on the world around and within us. This is new to me. I've celebrated the seasons for more than 3/4 of my life as Sabbats in Witchcraft, but I never really truly felt what I was celebrating and honoring until I moved here. Celebrating the worm moon is an honoring to this rebirth and renewal. It's an invitation to connect with the earth in the most literal sense by planting seeds. If you can, grab your gardening gloves on a crisp March day, armed with a trove of seeds that hold within them the promise of future blooms, and then plant them. Each seed you plant is a gesture of hope, a physical link to the cycle of growth and renewal that the worm moon calls forth. However, the celebration doesn't end with the physical act of gardening. The worm moon also invites us to plant seeds magically within our lives. It's a time to ponder the intentions and magic we wish to set, the personal growth we aim to cultivate, and the new journeys we're ready to embark upon. Just as the seeds require patience, care, and the right conditions and environment to grow and flourish, so do our intentions and dreams. This moon is a powerful lesson that creation often begins in the dark, beneath the surface, where it's not yet visible to the eye. It teaches us patience and trust, showing us to believe in the potential and magic that lies within, waiting for the right moment to break through the soil and reach towards the light. As you celebrate the worm moon, consider the seeds you're planting in your own life. What do you wish to grow? What areas of your life are ready for renewal and revitalization? Take a moment to write down your intentions, perhaps on biodegradable paper that can be planted along with your seeds. As you cover them with soil, visualize your intentions taking root, growing and intertwining with the plants that will soon stretch their leaves to the skies. As the calendar flips forward to April, a certain magic begins to unfold. The world around us, now fully awake from its winter slumber, is bursting forth with life and color. Amongst this cornucopia of nature, the pink moon rises into the sky, named not for its color, but for the blush of pink flowers that carpet the earth below. This moon is a tribute to the exuberance of youth, to the vibrant flush of new beginnings, and to the fresh ideas waiting to bloom. During the pink moon's reign, where the air is filled with the subtle fragrance of blossoming flowers, this is a time when the earth seems to be planting itself anew. This is a time when we see strokes of vibrant colors and experience the joyful chorus of returning birds. The pink moon watches over this play of the gods, a silent guardian of growth and renewal. Honoring the pink moon is like participating in nature's own festival of life. One magical way to honor this time is by holding a flower ceremony, a gathering that weaves together the beauty of nature with the creativity of the human spirit. This can be with a circle of friends, family, or like-minded souls, each person holding a flower that speaks to them, its colors and fragrances as unique as the individual who chose it. As the ceremony unfolds, the circle becomes a living bouquet, each flower a voice in a larger chorus, celebrating the diversity and unity of life. Taking turns, participants step forward to share their flower, along with a new idea or project they wish to take the first step on. This act of sharing is both an offering and an invitation, a way to plant the seeds of dreams and goals in the fertile ground of collective energy and support. The pink moon shines down on this gathering, its light a delicate blessing on the ideas and intentions being shared. It's as if the moon itself is whispering encouragement, urging each seed of thought to take root and flourish. This flower ceremony becomes a sacred space where creativity is nurtured, where the vulnerability of sharing new ideas is honored, and where the community comes together to water the seeds of future journeys with their hope and positive energies. But the Pink Moon celebration of youth and exuberance isn't just about new projects or ambitions. It's also a reminder to approach life with the open-hearted wonder of a child, to see the world with fresh eyes, and to allow ourselves to be enchanted by the simple beauty that surrounds us. It encourages us to embrace the playful spirit of youth, to laugh and to dream and to find joy in the journey. In other words, stop and smell the roses from time to time. As the pink moon wanes and the night winds down, the flower ceremony leaves a lasting imprint on those who participated. It teaches us that just like the pink flowers that inspired this moon's name, we too are in constant state of becoming, ever ready to bloom into new versions of ourselves, filled with fresh ideas and infinite capabilities. As May unfurls its green leaves and spreads its colorful petals wide, the world seems to revel in the full bloom of life. It's during this lush, vibrant month that the flower moon makes its glowing entrance, casting a soft, embracing glow over the earth, which is now teeming with life. This moon gets its name from the abundance of flowers that reach their peak, painting landscapes in every shade imaginable. It's a celebration of abundance, fertility, and the sheer unbridled joy of life in its most awe-empowering form. Picture walking through a garden under the flower moon, where the air is thick with the perfume of blooming flowers, and every step rustles with the vitality of new growth. This moon is a reminder of nature's generosity, of the endless cycle of growth, bloom, and renewal that sustains all life. It's a time to pause and marvel at the abundance that surrounds us, to breathe in the beauty and to remember the earth's boundless gifts. Celebrating the flower moon is an opportunity for us to connect deeply with this sense of abundance and fertility. One beautiful and symbolic way to accomplish this is by creating a floral wreath or garland. One can gather flowers, each with their own story and significance, and weave them together into a circle of life, so to speak. This act is both a creative expression and a meditation, a way to honor the beauty of the natural world and to adorn oneself with its splendor and beauty. Wearing this floral wreath or garland, you become a living testament to the fertility and abundance of the earth. It's a powerful symbol during a ritual that pays homage to these themes. The ritual can be as simple or as elaborate as you wish, but at its heart, it's a celebration of life and the endless bounty the earth provides. This ritual might also involve planting new flowers or seeds, a physical creation of fertility and growth. It could include offering thanks for the abundance in your life, recognizing the many forms that abundance can take: love, health, creativity, and community. It's not always about money, folks. It's also a moment to acknowledge our role in nurturing and protecting this abundance, to ensure it continues for generations to come. The flower moon ritual, adorned in floral beauty, is an intimate dance with nature. It's a time to feel the earth beneath your feet, to see the beauty that surrounds you, and to hear the symphony of life that buzzes, chirps, and rustles all around. This moon invites us to open our hearts to the fertility and abundance inherent in life, to sow our own seeds of intention, and to watch them bloom under the nurturing light of the moon. As the flower moon bathes the world in its gentle light, let it illuminate the fullness of your own life, the areas of abundance and growth, and the potential that waits like a bud, ready to unfold. Let this moon be a reminder that life in all its forms is a precious gift, a cycle of growth and renewal that we're all a part of. When June arrives, with its long sun-drenched days and warm starry nights, it brings with it a special kind of full moon that's as sweet and anticipated as the fruit it's named after, the strawberry moon. This moon doesn't get its name from a rosy hue in the sky, but from the ripe, juicy strawberries that come into season, practically begging to be picked and savored. It's a moon that celebrates the peak of the growing season, a time when gardens and fields are bursting with life and the first fruits of our labor are ready to be harvested up and enjoyed. Imagine walking through a strawberry patch under the strawberry moon, the air filled with the scent of ripe berries and the earth warm underfoot. This moon is a nod to the cycles of nature, to the rhythm of planting, growing, and harvesting what has guided human life for millennia. It's a time to pause and appreciate the bounty that the earth provides, to savor the sweetness of life, and to reflect on the abundance that surrounds us. Honoring the strawberry moon is as captivating as the fruit it honors. One magical way to mark this occasion is by hosting a feast that showcases the season's freshest fruits, with strawberries taking center stage. If anyone has ever seen the movie To Wong Fu, Thanks for Everything, there's a great example of an amazing strawberry festival in that movie. Imagine a table laden with dishes that celebrate the vibrant flavors of June, each bite a tribute to the earth's generosity. There could be strawberry pies, fresh berry salads, strawberry-infused drinks, and of course, bowls of plump, fresh strawberries, ready to be enjoyed in their natural glory. This feast under the strawberry moon isn't just about indulging in delicious food. It's also a gathering that weaves together the threads of community, gratitude, and the shared joy of the season's bounty. It's an opportunity to come together with friends, family, or even strangers, united by the simple pleasure of breaking bread and sharing the fruits of the earth. As the feast unfolds, it's a tradition to share blessings for prosperity and bounty, not just in terms of material wealth, but in all aspects of life: health, happiness, love, and community. The sharing of blessings is a powerful moment, a collective offering of positive intentions and gratitude into the universe, amplified by the fullness of the strawberry moon. The celebration of the strawberry moon is an amazing ritual that teaches us of the simple pleasures that enrich our lives, the importance of connecting with the earth and its cycles, and the joy of sharing with others. It shows us to appreciate the here and now, to enjoy and embrace the fruits of our labor, and to never take for granted the abundance that life offers. When July rolls in with its balmy nights and the air humming with the sounds of summer, the buck moon takes its place in the sky, casting a soft golden glow over the world. This moon gets its name from a beautiful natural phenomena, the time when young bucks, male deer, start to grow their new antlers, a symbol of growth, regeneration, and the potent vitality of life as it peaks. The emergence of these antlers is a marvel, a witness to the cycles of nature that are both constant and ever-changing. Antlers are shed and regrown annually, larger and more impressive with each cycle, a meaningful sign of the buck's experiences, battles, and the wisdom gained through another year of life. It's a transformation that speaks to the resilience of the natural world, the idea that from endings springs new beginnings, and with each cycle, there's an opportunity for renewal and growth. Celebrating the buck moon is an opportunity to tap into this energy of regeneration and strength, to focus on personal development and the growth of our own antlers, the skills, talents, and abilities that define us and enable us to navigate the wilderness known as life. It's a time to reflect on the past year, to acknowledge the challenges faced and the lessons learned, and to set intentions for the growth yet to come. One magical way to honor the buck moon is by engaging in a ritual that emphasizes this personal growth. This could be a quiet, solitary moment spent in nature, perhaps under the canopy of a forest or beside a gently flowing river or stream, places where the whispers of the earth and the rustles of the deer can be felt in the air. My little spot out at Mannon's Creek is perfect for me. In this space, surrounded by the raw beauty of the wild, you can meditate on your own journey, on the antlers you've grown over the past year, and the ones you wish to develop moving forward. The ritual might involve writing down the qualities or skills you wish to develop, the goals you're trying to accomplish, and the ways in which you hope to grow. These intentions can be whispered to the moon, offered to the flames of a small fire, or even buried in the earth, a symbolic planting of seeds that will in time take root and flourish. The buck moon also teaches us of the strength that lies in gentleness, of the power that resides in quiet growth. It shows us to find our own pace, to grow in ways that are true to our nature, and to respect the unique path each of us walks. It's a celebration of the potential that lies within, waiting for the right season to unfurl. As summer reaches its zenith and the days slowly start to give hints of the coming fall, the Sturgeon Moon ascends high into the August sky. This moon carries the name of a magnificent and ancient fish, the sturgeon, known for its impressive size and longevity. In times past, the waters teemed with these mighty fish, especially during this month, making them a symbol of abundance and the nurturing bounty of nature. The sturgeon, with its prehistoric lineage, teaches us of the continuous flow of life, of cycles that have ebbed and flowed since the dawn of time. It's proof to the resilience of nature, but also a call to remember our role in preserving this delicate balance. The abundance, once taken for granted, now prompts us to reflect on conservation and the sustainable stewardship of our planet's precious resources. Celebrating the Sturgeon Moon offers a bountiful opportunity to connect with these themes of abundance and conservation, particularly through the element most closely linked to the sturgeon itself, water. Organizing a water cleansing ritual near a body of water, be it a lake, river, or even the ocean, becomes a profound way to honor the gifts of nature and our commitment to safeguarding them. Imagine gathering as the moon casts its silver path across the water's surface, the gentle sounds of the night mingling with the soft lapping of waves. People participating might start by expressing gratitude for the water, for its life-giving properties, or for the life it sustains, and for the lessons it teaches about flow, adaptability, and strength. The ritual could involve the symbolic cleansing of water, perhaps by each person gently releasing biodegradable offerings into the water, flower petals, stones, or even just intentions whispered on the breeze. These offerings carry with them a magic to protect these vital waters, to engage in acts of conservation, and to respect the abundance that Earth provides, ensuring it can continue for generations to come. This gathering by the water under the Sturgeon Moon is more than just a ritual. It's a communal vow to live in harmony with nature, to recognize our part in the larger ecosystem, and to act with mindfulness and respect for all life. It's a moment to reflect on how we can contribute to the health of our planet's waterways, to advocate for the protection of endangered species like the sturgeon, and to commit to lifestyle choices that promote sustainability. Reality is that most of us on magical paths, regardless of whether it's Wicca, Druidism, Reconstructionism, or any of the other plethora of pagan paths out there, we usually all have at least one thing in common, and this is the respect and care of the natural world around us. The Sturgeon Moon, with its connection to one of the most ancient creatures in our waters, is a powerful reminder of the cycles of life and the importance of our role within them. It teaches us that abundance is not just about what we can take, but what we can give back, how we can contribute to the preservation and enrichment of the world around us. As we ease into September, the air starts to carry the crisp whisper of autumn, and the landscape slowly displays its vibrant painting of reds, golds, and oranges. This is the time of the harvest moon, a celestial event that beautifully aligns with the autumn equinox, a moment when day and night find themselves in perfect balance. The harvest moon gets its name from yesteryear, when farmers relied on its bright, extended luminescence to gather their crops late into the evening, making sure the bounty of the season was safely stored away before the chill of winter set in. The harvest moon is not just an advantage for farmers, it's a representation of the abundance and gifts from the earth. It's a time to pause and reflect on the fruits of our labor, both literally and metaphysically, to celebrate the yield that hard work and care can bring to us. It's a moon that shines a light on gratitude, teaching us to be thankful for the abundance in our lives and for the nourishment and sustenance provided by the earth. To celebrate the harvest moon can be a deeply meaningful and joyful occasion, an opportunity to hold a harvest-themed ritual that honors this time of plenty and the impending shift towards the quieter, introspective months of winter. Such a ritual could take place in a garden, a field, or any space where the earth's bounty is felt and appreciated. If you're restrained to celebrating inside, just decorate the space with fall items to capture the feeling of autumn. Friends and family attending might begin by creating an altar adorned with symbols of the harvest: corn, pumpkins, apples, grains, and other seasonal produce, alongside candles that embrace the colors of autumn leaves. This altar becomes a focal point for giving thanks, a physical representation of the season's abundance and the cycle of growth and rest that rules the natural world. As part of the ritual, others can share stories of the past season, telling of moments of challenges and triumph, of planting seeds, both literal and metaphorical, and sharing the experience of their growth. It's a time to acknowledge the hard work and effort that goes into any form of harvest, whether it's tending to a garden, working towards personal goals, or sharing with a community. The celebration might also include setting intentions for the coming months, recognizing that as the earth prepares to rest, so too might we turn inward, focusing on reflection, rest, and rejuvenation. The balance of light and dark on the equinox, highlighted by the harvest moon, shows us a beautiful metaphor for finding balance in our own lives, acknowledging the importance of both action and rest, outward workings and inner workings as well. As the harvest moon illuminates the night, casting long shadows and bathing the world in a golden glow, it shows us the impermanence of seasons, of the ever-rolling cycle of life, death, and rebirth. This moon invites us to come together, to share in the abundance of the moment, and to prepare for the quieter, introspective season ahead with hearts full of gratitude and minds at peace with the beautiful balance of life. When October's chill begins to whisper through the trees, stripping them of their autumnal robes and sending leaves dancing in the wind, the hunter's moon takes its place in the sky. This moon, glowing with a warmth that contrasts the cool air, is deeply tied to the rhythms of the past, to a time when preparing for the winter months was a matter of survival. The hunter's moon offered extended light after sunset, a precious gift that allowed hunters to gather the provisions needed to ensure their communities could face the cold months ahead with plenty of food and clothing for warmth. The core of the hunter's moon lies in preparedness and thoughtful gathering and stocking up of resources, but it also speaks to the strength of the human spirit, to our talent to face and adapt to the coming changes with confidence and foresight. It's a time to celebrate the bounty we've gathered in our lives, again, both the physical harvest and the emotional and spiritual reserves we've built to carry us through the darker, colder times. Celebrating a hunter's moon can be an amazing and grounding experience, an opportunity to engage in a ritual that focuses on preparation and provision for the future. This might involve creating a space that feels safe and sacred, perhaps around a hearth or a table adorned with symbols of the harvest and the hunt. For instance, cornucopias filled with autumn's abundance, antlers, and symbols of the moon. Within this space, the ritual can begin with a moment of gratitude for the abundance that has been gathered, for the experiences and lessons of the past months that have enriched our lives. It's a time to acknowledge the efforts that have gone into preparing for the winter, whether that's through physical acts like preserving food or emotional and spiritual acts like nurturing the bonds of community and fortifying our inner strength. As part of the celebration, sharing stories becomes a powerful way to connect, to weave together the threads of individual experiences. These stories and tales of overcoming challenges share of our journeys to face what lies ahead, armed with the wisdom and lessons of the past. The Hunter's Moon ritual can also be a time for setting intentions for the coming winter, for quietly reflecting on what we hope to achieve during the introspective months ahead. It might involve writing down these intentions or goals and placing them on the altar, or a symbolic act of committing to the journey through the darker half of the year with purpose and vision. As the hunter's moon shines bright through the night, casting long shadows and bathing the world in a soft, reassuring light, it teaches us of the importance of preparation, of gathering close the resources and the strength we'll need for the winter. It encourages us to stock up, not just on physical provisions, but on emotional and spiritual sustenance as well, that will see us through the cold. As November unfolds its chilly embrace, nature begins to hunker down, preparing for the deep slumber of winter. It's during this time that the Beaver Moon appears, casting a soft, silvery glow over the increasingly barren landscape. This moon gets its name from the industrious beavers who, sensing the close approach of winter, work fervently to complete their lodges, ensuring a cozy refuge against the cold months ahead. The beaver's preparation is a powerful reminder of the importance of foresight and the instinctive drive to protect and provide for oneself and one's family. The Beaver Moon represents industrious preparation and the warmth of safe havens against the chill of impending winter. It encourages us to reflect on our own readiness for the colder, dark months and to consider the shelters we build, both physical and metaphorical, to protect ourselves and our loved ones. Out at Mannon's Creek, where I go, they have beaver houses there all the time, like all over the place, and I've actually seen them swimming around. They're really cool. Never seen a beaver before until I moved up here. Celebrating the Beaver Moon can be a deeply personal experience centered around the creation of small talismans or charms that symbolize protection, warmth, and the foresight to prepare for the future. These talismans, crafted with intention and care, can be made from natural materials like stone, wood, or even bits of fabric, each infused with personal meaning and the energy of protection. Gathering to create these charms under the Beaver Moon can be a ritual in itself, a way to connect with the natural world and with each other if you work with a group. It's a time to share in the act of creation, to imbue these small objects with hopes, dreams, and prayers for safety and warmth in the months to come. As each talisman takes shape, it becomes a physical manifestation of the protective energies we seek to surround ourselves with, a tangible reminder of our oneness with the natural cycles and the wisdom of creatures like the beaver, for instance. Much like the hunter's moon, the celebration of the Beaver Moon is also a time for reflection, a moment to pause and consider the preparations we've made for our own winters, both literal and figurative. It's an opportunity to take stock of our reserves, to assess the strength of our lodges, and to ensure that we have what we need to face the challenges ahead. This reflection can be a personal journey or shared among friends and family, a conversation about resilience, resourcefulness, and the ways in which we look out for one another. As the Beaver Moon illuminates the night, it serves as a beacon of preparation and protection, urging us to take the lessons of the beaver to heart. It teaches us of the value of hard work, of the sanctity of our homes in the heavens, and of the strength found in community and shared endeavor. Finally, as the year winds down and the landscape is often swathed in the serene stillness of snow, the cold moon rises in the December sky, a luminous sentinel in the longest nights of the year. This moon is aptly named, reflecting the chill of winter and the deep introspective quiet that it brings. It's a time when nature itself seems to pause, a hushed interlude that invites us to slow down, to reflect, and to turn inward. The cold moon is a beacon in the dark, casting its gentle light over a world in silence and rest. It speaks to the cycle of rest and renewal that it's essential not just in nature, but in our own lives as well. As the cold embraces the earth, we too are encouraged to embrace the stillness, to find comfort in the quiet, and to allow ourselves the space to rest and rejuvenate. Celebrating the cold moon can be a profoundly peaceful and restorative experience, an opportunity to host a quiet, introspective ritual that honors the need for peace and the rejuvenation of our spirits. This ritual need not be elaborate. Its power lies in its simplicity, in the gentle acknowledgement of the season's call to slow down and to nurture our inner selves. Imagine creating a sacred space, perhaps near a window, where the cold moon's light can spill in, or beside a crackling fire that wards off the winter's chill. Here, in this haven of warmth and light, you can settle into the stillness, wrapped in the comfort of soft blankets, the air scented with pine or soothing aroma of herbal tea. The ritual might begin with a few moments of quiet meditation, a chance to breathe deeply and to attune to the slower rhythm of this time of year. It's an opportunity to reflect on the months that have passed, to gently release any burdens or regrets, and to make peace with the year's end. Friends and family could be invited to share their hopes and intentions for the coming year, not in the spirit of bustling resolutions, but as quiet wishes whispered to the cold moon, seeds of potential and hope that require the nurturing dark to germinate and grow. These intentions can be written on paper and placed in a bowl, a symbolic gesture of offering them to the moon's care, or even burned in a hearth fire to send out to the universe. The cold moon ritual is also a time to celebrate the restorative power of rest, to honor the need for our spirits to get rest before the renewal of spring. It's a chance to acknowledge that, like the earth beneath the snow, our energy and creativity are replenished by periods of quiet and introspection. As the ritual wraps up, participants might share in a moment of gratitude for the peace and stillness that winter offers, for the chance to draw inward and to renew our spirits. It's a time to embrace the darkness, not as something to be feared, but as a canvas upon which the light of the moon and the promise of new beginnings shine all the brighter. So, every so often, the night sky gifts us with a marvel, an event as enchanting as it is rare, the blue moon. This extra full moon sneaking into our calendar due to the quirky mismatch between the lunar cycles and our solar-based calendar is known as a celestial wild card. It's not really blue in the color, but it's special enough to have inspired the saying, once in a blue moon, used to describe events that are extraordinary and uncommon. The appearance of a blue moon is a reminder of the universe's whimsy and wonder. It's like an unexpected encore at the end of a concert, a bonus track on your favorite album, or finding the hidden stash of cookies in the cupboard above the refrigerator. This moon whispers of rarity, of the unexpected twists in the many paths of our lives that make the mundane magical. Celebrating the blue moon offers a chance to tap into its symbolism of special insights and the rarity of certain moments in life. It's an invitation to conduct a once-in-a-blue-moon ritual, a unique ceremony that encourages us to focus on rare opportunities to dream big and to embrace the aspirations that we might otherwise keep tucked away in the corners of our hearts. Imagine a gathering under the glow of a blue moon, where the air is charged with the anticipation and the sense of possibility. This is a time to set aside the everyday, to focus on the dreams that sparkle with the potential of what if. It's a moment to ask ourselves, if anything were possible, what would I wish for? I personally believe that any productive magic gets an extra boost on a blue moon. The ritual could begin with each participant holding a small reflective object, a mirror, a piece of glass, or even water in a bowl. something to symbolize the reflective and illuminating qualities of the moon. As the blue moon shines down, its light catching on these reflective surfaces, it's as if it's charging your aspirations with its rare energy. Attendees might then share their dreams and aspirations, voicing them into the night air as offerings to the blue moon. These could be ambitions long held or newly discovered desires ignited by the moon's rare appearance. Speaking these dreams aloud in the presence of the blue moon and a supportive group can be a powerful act of intention setting, a way to give voice to our deepest hopes. The once in a blue moon ritual is not just about dreaming, it's also about recognizing the opportunities that life presents, the moments of serendipity and alignment that can shoot us forward towards our goals. It shows us to be open to the unexpected, to embrace the rare chances that come our way, and to make the most of every special moment. As the ritual comes to an end, participants might release something into the night, a biodegradable object, a piece of paper with a written inspiration, or even just a breath, a symbolic act of letting go, of entrusting their dreams to the universe, buoyed by the belief that in the rare light of the blue moon, anything's possible. As we've journeyed together through the enchanting and magical cycles of the full moons, each one has revealed its unique character, like chapters in a beautifully written book that weaves together the songbook of the natural world and with the rhythm of our human experience. From the introspective quiet of the wolf moon in January awakening us to new beginnings, to the rare and illuminating blue moon that reminds us to embrace the unexpected, each moon holds a special place in the cycle of the year, offering insights, energies, and opportunities for reflection and growth. The wolf moon, with its call to awaken and protect, starts our lunar journey, teaching us to look within, the setting of intentions. The snow moon follows, offering purity and the promise of new beginnings, while the worm moon heralds the reawakening of the earth. The pink moon in April showers us with the exuberance of youth and the blossoming of ideas, and the flower moon in May celebrates abundance, fertility, and the full bloom of life. As summer arrives, the strawberry moon sweetens the scene with the peak of the growing season, and the buck moon in July encourages growth and regeneration. The sturgeon moon then reflects on abundance and conservation, leading us into the harvest moon's celebration of bounty and balance in September. The hunter's moon brings a focus on preparedness and communal resilience as we head into the colder months, and the beaver moon in November reminds us of the importance of building our own shelters, both literal and metaphorical. Finally, the cold moon in December invites us into a period of rest, introspection, and renewal, closing the cycle with a quiet, reflective embrace. As we look back on the diverse energies and themes each moon brings, I challenge you to ponder how these celestial events can be a powerhouse for your personal practices and your life's rhythm. Whether it's through rituals that honor these specific qualities of each moon, meditations that align with their energies, or simply taking a moment to gaze up at the night sky and feel connected to something greater, there are countless ways to weave the magic of the full moon into the journeys of your daily life. Well, that's going to wrap up this episode of Witch in the Working. Do you have alternative names for these moons? Do you celebrate these individual moons? Let us all know in the comments below. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and please subscribe if you haven't already. And don't forget to ring that little bell to be reminded of the wonderful and exciting future episodes to come. I love you guys and gals. Blessed be.